Hello, my beautiful Virgos. Welcome to your reading for the next 4 weeks. This is going to be a general reading. We're going to start with your coffee cup and the saucer, then we're going to move on to your monthly spread. I will also add at the end an oracle spread, which is going to be the gateway star activation. We're going to see if you have anything brewing, any manifestation, is there any block in front of it, or how the doors will unlock for that. And if you're enjoying this one, if this resonates, don't forget to give it a thumbs up so you can spread your energy out there, and hit subscribe so you can get more updates. Let's see, Virgo, this is your symbol. That's why I want to keep it on the side right here. Let's see what's happening in your coffee cup. I see some tears of joy. Okay, falling into the second week timeline. And I see someone here. Let's get it closer to you. There's a dog right there, an angry dog, as you can see, and it's wearing like a war helmet. And this can be a person who is extremely defensive of a situation, or maybe at their territory, or this can be something that you're demanding from this person, but they're not giving it to you. Tears of joy were actually falling right on top of this person. So this character. If there's a blockage like that, like someone in front of you, not allowing you to take something or resolve a situation, this can symbolize that they are going to actually come to terms and they're getting outside of your heart space, your home space. If this is a person maybe you're splitting things up with, seems like the things are going to fall in the right place. They're going to actually take their leave. They're going to stop bothering you. They're going to understand this is the end of the situation. And I feel like you're going to have, maybe they're not even going to understand it because I see they're still angry. However, the tears of joy is on your part. You're going to get what you need and finalize the situation for them, for yourself. And they're just going to be left outside of your energy field. This can even be mentally you arriving there and saying like, oh, I don't care, what's done is done, and what's going to happen is happen, and I move on with my life. And then as soon as you make the decision, you're just going to push their energy out there, okay? Out of your way, basically. I see there is a panda right here under legal paper. Pandas actually animal of joy. They're not really... I think they're not really capable of taking care of themselves properly. That's why they're in preservation. So this can be someone like that you maybe supporting you're supporting all the time. It seems like this clean slate is actually going to push them out of your life as well. I feel like maybe some of you have a lot of responsibility of other people, and these people can be at home, at work. Maybe they're not capable of handling things. I read somewhere recently that a person actually was mentioning that she was waiting for the promotion, but they promoted someone who doesn't have that much responsibility as her and doesn't know what to do. So at the end of a couple of months, this person actually proved that they're not capable of doing things. And I feel like this can be that kind of a person that always needs support, always needs someone to back them up. And when you clean the slate, maybe when you take your hands off of the situation, you will receive what's rightfully yours if this person's actually got it before you. So exactly what happens in her story as well, that they demoted the other person and promoted her back because she was the one taking care of everything. So if you are in that kind of a situation and feeling like, oh, nothing is working out for me, there's always a good reason, because then it can give you a upper hand, a point of negotiation. This can be about relationships as well. I see that this panda is actually pushed down a little bit. So you're taking the main stage here. And I see that you're wearing a cloak right here, which is your major arcana. You have the Hermit. Hermit is not only someone who is experienced in life, and they are actually in also peace. He has a star in his lantern, indicates that he already manifested his wish fulfillment, hers. And it seems like here, that's what's going to be for you towards the end of the first week, can be the energy here. Or, like I said, it can be the use of law of reversibility. I don't know if you ever heard of that law, which I recently discovered And it is extremely powerful law. It's a spiritual law. So it can be you embodying the energy, you becoming this person mentally, and then starting to the outside world actually start to matching this. Okay. So it seems like it can be that kind of energy, because you have here a hat on top of your head. There's a fish. Fish symbolizes money. Maybe this is about manifesting money, manifesting resources. And when you start thinking about how can I manifest more resources, that's when you're going to start to see them. When you're going to start put on the cloak, you're going to start to get the authority, the power. And for some of you, I know not all of you are actually going after business deals and work. So this can even be creating a steady environment for yourself to enjoy your life. There is within the second week, I see a cup appearing here. There's a tank on top of it. Tank can be defending something, and the cup symbolizes, and there's a ribbon on the cup. It's like a gift to you. There is something, your cup is full, an emotional fulfillment moment happening. There's somebody coming in. Maybe you need to defend this moment. You need to defend your space. And I see a goat right here. A Capricorn might be also coming into this space, but I feel like this Capricorn, this goat, is someone stubborn who protects your benefit here. But either way, it's all good news. I feel like it's all good news. You're going to have something in your hand that you're going to be emotionally fulfilling you. And if you even have the fear, oh, it's not going to last too long, this can be related to a relationship as well, because cups carry the energy of emotions, relationships, and romance. And if this is something like that, and if you believe that it's not going to last too long, love doesn't last forever, if you have that kind of things, there's going to be a challenge coming in. And you, this time, you have what's necessary, like the tank on top of it. You know, tanks has like a little thing, I don't know what the term of it, that actually can shoot stuff. You have the necessary tools to defend this, to protect it. Okay. This can be having hard conversation up front and clarifying your intention in the beginning and demanding what your worth is. So like not really obeying the social norms and going with the flow of the things, having strong boundaries. It can be anything like that. It can be even in a job environment. What happens at the end of it is, you see there's a person smiling right here wearing a hat. I feel like this is your energy. You're coming out of this victorious. You're coming out of smiling. You will have satisfaction, and you will also make this thing work for a longer time. I see there's a tree here within the third week. You might be planting a seed of a tree, maybe even a small tree, which is an idea that you start growing already. You're planting the seed of this, and it is taking roots. You can see the roots down here, and the soil is actually very bright, meaning it is crystal clear. You will have clarity. You know how everything is going to actually work out, and you proceed still. You feed this energy. This can be an investment. This can be, again, a friendship that you're nurturing. But this is an idea. This starts with an idea. So you might be planting the seed of an idea as well at the moment, okay? So it is putting down roots and starting to grow within the third week. So if you're getting any inspiration, oh, I should do this, I should do that, the first thing you can do, you might not have all the tools in your hand, but you might find a pen and paper and put it on the pen and paper. As soon as you put something in your mind in the pen and paper, you materialize it. That's the first step of materializing something. And then our mind starts to expand the idea and put the necessary energy out there. I see there's a person standing on top of it. You can see the nose, and they're wearing dark glasses. This can be somewhat mysterious, but I see they have a light color aura. So they're not really a dark energy, but the nose can just reminds me of, like, you know, they describe the the negative energies, negative people, like the witches and stuff with this like a crooked nose, big nose. Being nosy is a term. So this person might be showing up with the energy of maybe that kind of like a being nosy or giving so much advice that you don't want. But they have some sort of a wisdom that you can learn from. If you can get past that initial maybe judgment, you can really see what's the deal behind and what they are bringing into this seed. What they're going to actually, you see they're actually planting, maybe even sprinkling some fairy dust on top of this new tree that you're planting here. Okay. So, but there is going to be a push-pull energy here. I don't feel like this is gonna, you see there's like a lot of thoughts here. You're right there. You're maybe even, there might throw so many information to you and so much information that is going to actually overwhelm the situation, overwhelm you. But if you can get past that, this is going to really like bring fairy dust into the situation. Within the third week, continuing, I see two pathways are opening right there. There's actually shooting stars in between. So you might get offered or you might get invited to places. And when you're going there, going to the party maybe, and then you're having fun. There's a letter P here, Patricia, Patrick, Peter, can be in the first name or the last name of a person, or maybe in the name of the place that you're going to go. There's a shooting star coming down. So there's another second one following, small one following it. So this can be something that will be your wish fulfillment. That will be something that you really enjoy when you go to that space. And then it's going to bring some heart's desire as well here. Okay. And I see there's a star. When it falls to the ground, it is growing a star down there. Stars Aquarius energy. You might get across an Aquarius that can help you. Another thing with Aquarius is star. It's wish fulfillment also, okay? I see letter N in your heart space. H kind of looks like H as well. H like Hamish. Harry can mean someone's first name or the last name. Harriet. And I see there's also, this is showing up in the second week, there's a bag of money right here. There are two people actually maybe even arguing on top of it. This is outside of your comfort zone when you're dealing with maybe protecting your territory from this other person coming in and trying to take some things away. This thing is happening right there too. And the thing is though, what I see here is even though they are actually like maybe pushing and pulling, your energy is so strong that you're going to receive this blessing. This is something that you have a slice in it, and it's going to come to you. There's a short pathway opening, again, aligning with the time that you're planting the seed of that tree. After that, maybe this is about like getting outside your comfort zone. This can also be travel or different idea that you don't usually do, something that you don't usually do outside of your regular path, okay? Let's see, I see a person here within the fourth week appearing, sitting down here. They are actually attracting like a dragon towards themselves, or maybe they have a dragon, they're a dragon. We have a skull right there, which is the energy of the Scorpio. Dragon I interpret it as usually a Sagittarius. They're both very powerful signs, by the way. Sagittarius is adventurous, fun, and innovative, and Scorpios are really like passionate and they like to get things done. But also Scorpio energy has the death energy, the death card meaning number 13 from the tarot. So this can be in your heart space. Maybe you are actually ending a situation, because death card is not a negative card. It just seems like it, but it has the energy of something that doesn't work anymore, completing, coming to an end, finalizing. And there's a sun shining on the background. And there's a new structure coming in. Okay. This can be a simple decision of maybe changing the pathways that you go usually. Maybe there's a construction on the one that you use every day. That's the end of that pathway. Now I'm choosing another one. It can be applicable to different things as well. The thing is though, this Sagittarius and Scorpio, I feel like they're human being people. Their energy is also coming into your space. So you're ending something, and with the innovation mindset of Sagittarius, you're beginning something new. This can be people inspiring you to do things, coming into your life, do things. And some of you, this can be in your family members, because I see here, this is in your heart space. I see a W right here too. Maybe like William, Velma. We saw the P. So it can be their first name or the last name. And they might be inspiring you to do the things, or this can be you embodying the energies of that, okay? I see there's phone lines here. There's a cat. So towards the end of the month, maybe there's going to be a time. Cats usually indicates lounging, relaxing, enjoying yourself. You might get a moment for yourself towards the end of the month, okay? Let's dive into your saucer now. If you have a specific question, a desire, an intention, hold it in your mind and let's see what the answer is going to be. I see there's a chunk of money here. There's a pear next to it. Pear, apple, this kind of fruits, I usually interpret them as like a pleasure fruit. So something, your desire actually started to happen with the second flip. So maybe you are actually changing your ways of achieving this, and then it's going to come forth. You see, and then with the third flip, it's actually full, or this can be like step by step. First, you need to take one step, the second step, and the third step, and complete something. Then it will show up. There's a, like I said, there's a chunk of money. I feel like here, maybe there's something that you want to get for pleasure. And the pear is a pleasure. I see a letter E attached to it, like a lightning rod on top. E and B can be something in the name of the thing. It's a machine, maybe machine can be that you want to purchase something. And it seems like here, the resources coming in, and the pleasure thing is attached to it, so you're going to use it for that pleasure thing, okay? This can be a small tool that you need in your backyard, maybe, that you're going to use. This can be, for example, I started sewing again, maybe a new sewing machine, serger, or something like that, okay? It can be something different, maybe a new car. It's coming, the resource is coming, and it's going to be plenty for the thing that you want to manifest. I see there's a baby chicken here. It's wearing like a small kind of like a religious hat, a male hat. So this can be religious when it connects to religious hat. Baby chicken is a new beginning. So this can be some of you maybe wanting to go back to your religious practices, but it's not close to your heart. I don't want to say anymore, but it's not really close to your heart. You need to pull the energy close to your heart, maybe. It's not, maybe you let go of this practice because something happened and you realize it's not really connecting to the higher powers. But it seems like here that can be the circumstances caused that in the past, but now the circumstances are different. You can get closer to that energy, and that can be helpful for you. This is something that you can trust that will deliver your desires, okay? I see here the dog right there. I feel like maybe this dog personality, who's someone fighting with you all the time, caused you to break apart from this kind of like a belief that there's a higher power out there always watching you, always helping you, and waiting for you to ask for help, because we have free will. If we don't ask for it, it won't be delivered. So maybe when you break from this person, there's a wave coming in, and that wave can be like healing, washing over you, and then you'll get back to those practices, okay? I'm going to get to your tarot now. We're going to start with your monthly spread, month ahead, and then we're going to do the gateway star. Let's see. We're going to look into where you are currently, your personal theme for this month. Let's see. Okay, Queen of Pentacles is a good energy. This is your feminine side. It seems like you're extremely resourceful. This doesn't mean that you're reusing the resources, though. I want to mention that because you are extremely resourceful, meaning there are a lot of resources showing up for you, or ideas coming to you, inspirations arriving, and you are really becoming aware of that requires you to pay attention. And I feel like here you will start to realize that, okay? And let's see, your personal theme of the month is creativity. We have Taurus energy here, or also Libra. Empress is your creative side. So it seems like you're going to actually become aware of the resources very soon, okay? And you might be like, resources can be material things that you have at this moment, but also it can be the ideas, the inspirations keep coming to you. And it seems like this month is all about using them, utilizing them in such a well manner that you will start to accomplish your heart's desire, which we have. This is what you're going to accomplish. You will get in touch with that energy. You will actually start to listen to your intuition. Your intuition will guide you. One of my cats are calling me. I'm just going to let her go. Just a second. Okay, this is Blackberry, guys. This is my new little kitten. She just walked inside and never left. And she was calling me. Say hi to Blackberry. Okay, now you can go. Where we are is what you will accomplish. We have the High Priestess showed up for that one. High Priestess actually indicates your higher intuition, knowledge. Knowledge can be material knowledge or inner spiritual knowledge, okay? So when you use your creativity, resources, bring them all together, your inspiration is going to come forth as well. Intuition, inspiration, they're all going to guide you towards what you're going to accomplish. So quietness is important because intuition speaks very lightly, very gently. It doesn't scream. So quieting your mind through prayer, maybe through, sorry about that, through prayer, through meditation, quieting your mind is important so you can hear that guidance. And that's what you will accomplish. You will hear more of that intuitive guidance and you will follow it, and that will get you to where you want, what you want to accomplish, okay? What you should avoid is, we have the Hierophant energy. Hierophant is authority, and maybe going against the authority, going against the grain is what you should accomplish. For example, like the event that I read about, I mentioned in the beginning. If something authority preferred somebody else instead of you, instead of just being against it or being angry about it, go with the flow, because if something that you deserve is right there, you will achieve it. You will receive it. Maybe not from this authority, but from another authority. Something will give. And so avoid getting into conflict with the authority. And if there's a demand from you, maybe a paperwork, maybe something else, just provide it, because it seems like you're going to have a very strong creative month. And the authority will can only support you here, okay? And what you should embrace is we have here Knight of Pentacles. Knight of Pentacles, he plants his seeds very carefully. You should embrace your doing the work. That's what you should embrace. So doing the work can be different for everyone. Can be mental work, can be physical work. And planting your seeds carefully. Just take one step each day towards your goals, towards your desires, and pursue them. And also, he has resources as well. Utilizing your resources are important, and most of the time our resources, the mental resources, are the most important. Okay, yeah, use them very carefully. What obstacles you will face? We have the moon here, not having clarity, guys. That's why the intuition, I feel like, screaming here very loudly. The moon indicates that there's a pathway ahead that you're going to follow, and you don't really see, because this is supposed to be dark, but it's lighter so we can see the details. Even though it's dark, like driving in the dark, okay? You have your headlights, your intuition guiding you towards the right direction, but you need to listen to it instead of panicking. And Virgos that I know are calm. So if you're calm, Virgo, follow that calmness, that inner guidance that will guide you towards the right direction. Where to find support? Options will give you support. Okay, Seven of Cups is confusion, but this is also going to be your support moment. So if you are actually looking for support, look up your options. What else you can do? What else? This is where the support is. Even though, like, there's many options you have in front of you. You don't have to choose one, but you can keep reminding yourself that I can do this, I can do that, I have this ability that I can actually make money off of, I have this people that I can trust, this thing that I can do. So when you keep counting those blessings, counting those options, that will actually start to bring the support into your life as well, create support energy. What action you need to take? Two of Cups is hanging on. I feel like here to focus on love. We have a beautiful white cat right here. Focus on positivity. And also the people who are close to you and to your heart. This can be family. This can be chosen families, the loved ones. And maybe if you don't have anyone, we have the cat right here. If you have a pet, their energy is going to really help you stay in alignment with your desire. And this is actually the action step. And also this can indicate that show your love to the humanity, okay? The people that you love, or your work, that if this is about work that you're working, show your love to it, okay? You're not, maybe you have someone annoying you at work, but when every time you go, you keep, okay, cat keeps pushing my devices. So Blackberry, because she's new, I keep forgetting her name. So anyways, so focus on the things you love. That's what the action step actually suggestion comes forth. And express the love, create more love. And the advice and engagement, when the opportunity knocks on your door, 8 of Wands, fast movement. There's going to be a fast movement coming in. Take your step towards it, okay? Take a chance. Step into it. Just do not wait. Do not hesitate. It's going to come. I feel like it can be like a slow process. We have all earth right here. The only water we have the Pisces with the intuition. That's also slower energy here. But when you align and step both feet strong in the ground and the opportunity comes, you're just going to jump into it. Like the Sagittarius I mentioned, the Sagittarius bow and arrow, just shoot your shot right away. Let's see. I'm going to look at your gateway star. We're going to look into what's blocking, is it, if there's what's holding you back. Okay. This is where you are. No, right here. This is where you are. This is what's on the other side of the gateway. Okay, this is the blockage. This is the action. And this is what's holding you back. So let's see where you are now. Milk and honey. Some of you are maybe in a very good position that you don't recognize your blessings. So start recognizing them, okay? This is what's important. And where you're gonna end up here is, I feel like never-ending story can sound anything negative, but I feel like here, even though you have the milk and honey, maybe you have some things good happening in your life, there's something else also keeps bothering you, keeps coming up, keeps you distressed, and that's going to come to an end. Let's see how we can do it. This is the action point. Time for a nap. First of all, this might be something that is tiring you all the time, and maybe even testing your loyalty to the things that you want to create. And it seems like here, when you become more flexible, instead of being very harsh, following one pathway, I just know this is the only way this can happen attitude. When you leave it on do not pursue that. Do not be rigid. That's the word. Do not be rigid. When you be flexible with what's coming your way and taking it as, okay, this is a blessing and that's a blessing. This is good. It's okay. It's going to be fine. And it's going to bring blessings, whatever comes your way. When you approach it that way, you're going to end that never-ending story. And that will give you the chance to start something new and very fast. Okay? Let's see. Let's pull a keyword for your month. And then we have our inspiration. One keyword. Okay, purification. So I feel like here, time for a nap is maybe you are resting for a while now. You're not really taking any action. You're waiting for the signs to come. Purification is a detox. Detoxing your mind, your body, and maybe staying away from the things that are actually bringing your energy down. That's a keyword for this month. And this is your spirit animal, giraffe. The bigger picture, take a step back and gather your thoughts and feelings. So focus on the big picture. That's what the giraffe energy is. Focus on the big picture. Have a wider perspective. Because the thing is, if you keep dwelling on the things that are not going to matter 5 years down the line, that's just energy, like an energy vampire activity. It's just pulling your energy away from the real cause, the real focus that you should have, the real purpose. So a draft gives you the opportunity to maybe step back and look a little bit like a wider perspective. For example, maybe you're dealing with a person that you're not even going to see 5 years down the line. They're not going to be in your life at workplace or as a neighbor. So focus on the bigger picture, okay? And you can also, like, if you keep seeing, if the draft energies keep popping, you can think about that. We have here for you a beautiful full moon. Is it a full moon? No, it's a new moon energy. Oh, it says eclipse. I'm sorry. I know myself deeply and find myself worthy. This is your inspiration and affirmation this month, okay? All right, my beautifuls, that's all for today. Hope you enjoy your reading. And if you do, don't forget to give this one a thumbs up. And if you want to see more of these, go ahead and subscribe to my channel. I wish you all a magical day. Bye.